Picture two warriors preparing for battle. The first warrior is you. It's 11 a.m. You're staring at your computer screen, hands wrapped around your third cup of coffee. Your heart is racing. Your leg won't stop bouncing. Your brain feels like it's running in 10 different directions at once, but you can't actually finish a single thought. The second warrior is a samurai in ancient Japan, sitting quietly just before entering a deadly battle where any mistake could kill him. His hands are steady. His breathing is slow and deep. His mind is crystal clear, seeing everything, reacting to nothing. Now look closer. Can you see what's happening inside? Inside your body right now, coffee has triggered an alarm. Your brain thinks you're being chased by a tiger. It floods your bloodstream with stress hormones, cortisol pumping through your veins like a fire hose. Your heart pounds, your stomach twists, your thoughts scatter like marbles rolling across a floor. But inside the samurai's body, something completely different is happening. He's energized, but his heart beats steady and strong. His muscles are loose, not tense. His mind is awake and alert, but calm, like the surface of a still pond that can see everything reflected perfectly. But this state is not magic or meditation. It came from a special powder samurai drank before battle, brought to Japan in 1191 by a monk Myoan Eisai who discovered it in China. Samurai adopted this ritual because it gave them long-lasting energy and sharp focus they needed to survive in combat. They stayed alert without feeling anxious. They stayed energized without crashing. They could think clearly under extreme pressure. What was their secret? Inside this ancient warrior's drink, two wonderful compounds were working together, and the result? Steady energy and sharp focus for hours, with no jitters, no crash, and no struggle to stay awake in the afternoon. But here's what's been happening to you. You drink one cup of coffee to wake up, then another to stay focused, then a third to survive the afternoon. Maybe you add an energy drink, but instead of feeling better, you feel worse, more scattered, more anxious, more tired even though you're completely wired. Instead of helping, coffee becomes the very thing in your way. But here's the good news. That ancient samurai ritual, it still exists, and it's now helping thousands of people avoid coffee crashes and feel the same calm focus that warriors used 800 years ago. This isn't another stimulant that makes your hands shake and your heart race. People using this ancient secret are now powering through full work days with steady focus, never watching the clock, staying patient and present with their kids instead of feeling irritable, thinking clearly under pressure, making confident decisions, sleeping deeply at night because their mind finally knows how to settle down, feeling like themselves again, sharp, capable, and calm instead of constantly overwhelmed. This isn't another cup of coffee that promises energy but delivers anxiety. This isn't a synthetic chemical cocktail. This is the same warrior ritual perfected over 800 years, the one that gave samurai the ability to stay calm and focused when their lives depended on it. And you can experience it starting today, from your own home, just like thousands of others who discovered this before you and finally found the calm, steady energy they'd been searching for all along. Hello, my name is Dr. Ian Tullberg. I'm a physician and urgent care specialist who's treated patients for nearly 20 years. I recovered from injury to become a world-ranked pole vaulter with 4 U.S. national championships and, at one point, #1 world ranking. I've helped countless patients restore their energy and manage their weight, and it's truly life-changing, especially when you understand what's really draining your energy in the first place. Picture this. Right now, inside your body, there are 37 trillion tiny cells, and packed inside each one are hundreds of even tinier power plants called mitochondria. These little power plants are working non-stop every second of every day. They're grabbing the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe, burning it, and turning it into pure energy that powers up your entire body. When these power plants are humming along smoothly, something magical happens. Your metabolism burns hot and clean, melting through fat like a blowtorch through butter. Your brain fires on all cylinders, thoughts come quick and sharp, and your heart pumps strong and steady. However, here's what most people don't realize. Your body has its own built-in garbage disposal system. Every cell constantly sweeps out toxins, dead bacteria, and cellular junk, packaging it up, shipping it out, and keeping everything running smoothly. When that happens, your fat cells release their stored energy without a hitch. Your immune system keeps bad bacteria in check. Even the bacteria in your mouth stay balanced. The good guys outnumber the bad guys. Everything works. When your cellular power plants produce energy efficiently, your body can clean, heal, and protect itself properly. It's like a well-oiled machine that maintains itself automatically. But here's what's happening to millions of people right now, and it starts once your body hits adulthood. Your power plants start to malfunction, not all at once, slowly, quietly, like lights dimming during a brownout. And 3 saboteurs are to blame. Saboteur number 1, toxic sludge. Every processed meal you eat leaves behind microscopic garbage, pesticides, preservatives, plastic chemicals, heavy metals from the air and water. This stuff doesn't just pass through you. It sticks. Year after year, this toxic sludge builds up inside your cells, coating your mitochondria like black tar clogging an engine. Your little power plants try to burn fuel, but they're choking on gunk. They produce weak, dirty energy. Saboteur number 2, the cortisol flood. Every time you stress about money, work, family, even bad sleep, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. In small doses, cortisol is helpful, but when stress becomes chronic, cortisol floods your system like a burst dam, and it slams directly into your mitochondria, damaging their delicate machinery. Your power plants start to function abnormally. Instead of burning fat for clean energy, they start hoarding it. Your body freaks out and starts clinging to every calorie, storing it as belly fat. Saboteur number 3, age rust. As you get older, your mitochondria start to rust from the inside out. Oxidative stress, basically cellular rust, eats away at their walls, like an old car battery that can't hold a charge anymore. Your power plants get weaker, slower, less efficient. They produce less energy and more toxic exhaust. When all 3 saboteurs attack at once, your cellular power grid sputters and starts something I call metabolic gridlock. Your mitochondria can produce just a fraction of the energy they used to. And when that happens, everything breaks down. Your metabolism slows down to a crawl. Without enough cellular energy, your body struggles to burn fat. Instead, it stores it. Your meals, even the healthy ones, get packed away as stubborn belly fat. The scale won't budge. The genes won't zip, because your fat cells have locked their doors and thrown away the key. Your detox system malfunctions. Remember that garbage disposal I mentioned? It stops working. Toxins that should be swept out start piling up in your tissues, in your liver, in your bloodstream, everywhere. Your brain runs out of gas. Without clean energy, your brain literally can't think straight. It's like trying to watch TV when the power's flickering. Thoughts come slow and fuzzy. Words slip away mid-sentence. You walk into a room and forget why. Inflammation explodes. When your mitochondria can't produce clean energy, they leak toxic exhaust, like a broken muffler spewing black smoke. This exhaust triggers inflammation throughout your entire body. Your joints ache, your arteries get inflamed, straining your heart. Your immune system collapses. Fighting off bacteria and viruses requires massive amounts of cellular energy. When your power plants fail, your immune defenses crumble. Bad bacteria multiply in your gut and mouth. You catch every cold that goes around. Wounds heal slower, infections linger, and your body starts cannibalizing itself. When cells can't produce energy from food, they start breaking down your own muscle tissue for fuel. You lose muscle, gain fat, feel weaker, your organs age faster, your skin sags, and everything that makes you feel young and vital, it all drains away. Because it all runs on cellular energy, and your power plants are dying. You can feel this happening right now. That spare tire around your belly that won't go away, no matter how little you eat or how much you exercise, that's your body hoarding fat because it thinks it's starving. That 3 p.m. crash where you suddenly feel like you've been hit by a truck, that's your mitochondria sputtering and failing to produce steady energy. The brain fog that makes you feel stupid, forgetting names, losing your train of thought, blanking on simple words, that's your brain running on fumes. The puffy face and swollen ankles when you wake up, that's your detox system backing up like a clogged drain. The sugar cravings that hit you like a freight train, where you'd kill for a cookie or candy bar, that's your desperate cells screaming for quick fuel because they can't burn fat anymore. Maybe your breath isn't as fresh as it used to be, or your skin looks tired and gray, even with makeup, or you're getting every cold and flu that goes around, and it takes you twice as long to recover. These aren't just getting older. These are symptoms of cellular power failure. Your 37 trillion factories are shutting down. And everything that depends on them, everything, starts to break. But if you let this continue, if your mitochondria stay in the line of fire for months, years, the damage compounds. Your liver gets overwhelmed trying to filter toxins your cells can't clear. Your heart strains against inflamed, stiff arteries. Blood pressure climbs. Your joints grind and ache as degeneration from inflammation piles on. Your brain shrinks, literally, as neurons die from lack of energy. Memory fades. Focus crumbles. Because here's the truth most doctors won't tell you. Aging isn't about years passing. It's about your cells losing the ability to produce energy. When your cellular power plants die, you don't just feel older. You become fragile, sick, dependent. Your body ages in fast forward. Now you might be thinking, but I'm already trying to fix this. I drink coffee for energy. I take vitamins and supplements. I'm doing everything I can. And I believe you. But here's the brutal truth. Most solutions don't work because they're attacking the wrong target. Take coffee and energy drinks. Sure, caffeine jolts you awake for an hour, but underneath, your mitochondria are still clogged with toxic sludge. Caffeine doesn't clean them out, it just whips them like a dying horse. Go faster, produce more energy, now, and your exhausted power plants try and fail, and you crash even harder than before. Worse, all that cortisol from the caffeine stress, it damages your mitochondria even more. You're literally making the problem worse every time you reach for that cup. Or the take 5 different supplements approach. A fat burner here, an antioxidant there, a probiotic, some fish oil, maybe a multivitamin, but none of them fix the root problem, your dying power plants. It's like trying to fix a car by changing the oil, rotating the tires, and washing the windows. While the engine is full of sludge and barely running, sure, you might see tiny improvements, but the core problem, the energy crisis inside your cells, keeps getting worse. And some of these supplements actually fight each other. The stimulants in fat burners raise cortisol that damage the mitochondria. Your antioxidants are trying to help. You're working against yourself. And those fat burners that promise to melt fat fast, they're like setting your house on fire to warm it up. They force your metabolism to burn hot, artificially, by flooding your system with chemicals. But they don't repair your mitochondria. So the moment you stop taking them, your metabolism crashes harder than ever. Because you never fixed the underlying damage, you just masked it. But here's where it gets interesting. Because if clogged, damaged, dying mitochondria cause all these problems, then the solution is obvious. Clean them out, rejuvenate them, reactivate them. And when you do that, when you give your cells exactly what they need to make clean energy again, something amazing happens. Your metabolism ignites like a furnace. Fat cells unlock their doors and release stored energy. Your belly shrinks, the scale drops, your genes fit again, your brain snaps back into focus, thoughts come quick and clear, energy flows steady all day long, no crashes, no jitters. Your detox system roars back to life, sweeping toxins out of your tissues. Your skin glows, your breath freshens, the puffiness melts away, inflammation cools down throughout your entire body, joints stop aching, arteries relax, your heart beats strong and steady. Your immune system rebuilds its defenses. Bad bacteria get crowded out, infections clear faster, colds bounce off you. All from rejuvenating one thing, cellular energy production. Now there's a specific way to do this. And fascinatingly, Japanese monks figured it out 800 years ago, though they didn't understand the science. They just knew that when they drank this special drink before meditation, something shifted. Calm, focused energy that lasted for hours. Crystal clear mental sharpness. A vitality that kept them healthy into their 90s. Today, scientists have finally cracked the code. This special drink doesn't work like coffee or supplements. It works through 3 natural compounds that target the 3 saboteurs simultaneously. First, the mitochondria cleaner. EGCG is a powerful catechin that actually slips inside your mitochondria. And like a pressure washer blasting away grime, it reduces toxic damage to your cells. It shields them from oxidative rust, and it supercharges their ability to burn fat and produce energy. Second, the cortisol blocker. L-theanine is an amino acid that blunts the effects of cortisol before it can flood your system. It calms the stress response, improves sleep, and gives a nice boost to your immune system. Third, the cellular garbage truck. Chlorophyll is nature's detoxifier. It grabs onto heavy metals, pesticides, and other junk, binds them up like a magnet, and drags them out of your body through your liver and kidneys. Together, these 3 compounds create what I call a cellular reactivation cascade. They don't just mask symptoms. They don't whip your body into temporary action. They rejuvenate your cell's natural ability to produce energy, cleanly, efficiently, abundantly, which means you're not dependent on supplements forever. You're supporting your body and helping it function properly again. And when that happens, the weight doesn't just temporarily drop. It stays off because your metabolism is actually working again. The fatigue doesn't just get masked. It disappears because your power plants are producing real energy. The brain fog doesn't just clear for an hour. It lifts permanently because your neurons have the fuel they need. The inflammation doesn't just get suppressed. It cools down because your cells stop leaking toxic exhaust. You're not treating symptoms. You're addressing the root cause. And everything starts working the way it was designed to. Now you might have heard about those fat burner pills everyone's talking about. You know, the ones with all the caffeine and capsaicin that promise to torch belly fat and ignite your metabolism? Here's the brutal truth. Taking those pills is like trying to put out a house fire with a spray bottle. Sure, they might help you drop a few pounds in the first couple weeks. You feel that jittery energy, you're sweating more, maybe the scale moves down a bit, but here's what they're not telling you. Those pills are only targeting one piece of the puzzle, thermogenesis, which means they're forcing your body to burn hotter, but they're doing nothing about the cortisol that's making you stress eat at night. They're doing nothing about your blood sugar crashes that trigger those 3 p.m. cravings. They're doing nothing about the gut inflammation that's slowing your metabolism to a crawl. And here's where it gets really dangerous. Those stimulant overloads spike your cortisol even higher, which means more belly fat storage. They impair your insulin response, so the moment you stop taking them, the weight comes roaring back, usually with an extra 5-10 pounds. And worst of all, Chronic stress can damage your stress response system, leaving you more tired and making it even harder to lose weight. That's not weight loss. That's just borrowing energy from your future self and paying it back with interest. Maybe you've gone the other route. You've got the energy supplement for mornings, the probiotic for gut health, the metabolism booster for weight, the antioxidant for aging, the stress formula for sleep, and now your bathroom cabinet looks like a CVS exploded in there. I get it. You're trying to be thorough. You're thinking, if I cover all the bases, something's got to work, right? But here's the problem with that approach. It's like hiring 5 different contractors to build your house, and none of them are talking to each other. Your energy supplement spikes your cortisol, which sabotages your metabolism supplement. Your metabolism booster crashes your blood sugar, which ruins the steady focus your nootropic was supposed to give you. Your probiotic is trying to calm inflammation, while your fat burner is creating more stress in your gut. You see, your body isn't a collection of separate systems that operate independently. Everything is connected. Your energy affects your metabolism. Your metabolism affects your stress response. Your stress affects your digestion. Your digestion affects your energy. It's a web, and when you try to pull one strand without supporting the others, the whole thing unravels. Plus, let's be honest about what's really happening. You're spending $150 to $300 every single month on a mountain of bottles. You forget to take half of them because who can remember a 7-pill morning routine? Half of them expire before you finish them because you lose motivation when you're not seeing results. And you still don't feel better because you're treating 5 symptoms without ever addressing the root cause. That's not a wellness routine. That's just expensive confusion. Plus, those generic supplements have a fraction of the active compounds you need to actually see results. They're loaded with fillers like rice powder just to bulk up the capsule. Most are sourced from China, where pesticide regulations are, let's just say, flexible. So you're potentially getting heavy metals and contaminants along with your antioxidants. But here's the part that really gets me. Without the right supporting ingredients, your body can't fully absorb the catechins. Without bioavailability enhancers, the EGCG breaks down in your stomach before it can reach your cells. And without the metabolic cofactors, you only get a small fraction of the fat burning and energy benefits. That's not a supplement. That's just expensive powder with broken promises. So here's where we are. Weight loss pills attack one symptom while potentially making the root problem worse, while multiple supplements create expensive confusion without addressing how everything connects. That's why we created something completely different. A solution that doesn't just target your energy, or your metabolism, or your stress, but addresses all of them at once. And I'm about to tell you what it is. When Japanese warrior monk Myoan Eisai returned from China in 1191, he brought back more than spiritual teachings. He brought a mystical leaf that samurai warriors would soon guard as their most prized pre-battle ritual. They called it their warrior's edge. We call it matcha. Before facing danger in combat, these elite fighters needed something regular tea couldn't deliver. Razor-sharp focus without the jitters, sustained energy without the crash, and nerves of steel under crushing pressure. The secret? A unique compound duo found only in matcha, EGCG and L-theanine. And now, over 800 years later, modern science has finally proven why it worked. In a 2023 study published in Nutrition Journal, scientists gave healthy men 1.5 grams of matcha twice daily for 8 weeks. The men did nothing else. No special diet, no extra supplements, no lifestyle changes. Yet the results shocked the research team. Subjects reported significantly reduced fatigue after exercise. Their cortisol levels, the stress hormone that ages your cells, dropped measurably, and they gained more muscle strength than the placebo group. But here's what really caught my attention. The matcha group showed positive changes in their gut bacteria that helped the body produce energy. In other words, matcha wasn't just covering up tiredness, it was turning their body's natural energy systems back on. Another breakthrough study from 2022 tracked 40 overweight adults for 12 weeks. Half received matcha, half didn't. Both groups followed the same low-calorie diet. But the matcha group experienced something the researchers called metabolic rebalancing. Their insulin and leptin, 2 hormones that lock fat into your cells, dropped. Their good HDL cholesterol increased, and their cells also got better at clearing out damaging oxidants. The placebo group? Minimal changes. So what's actually happening inside your body? Matcha reactivates your energy and fat burning. It does so by clearing toxins and balancing stress, making your cells work like they're young again. The same EGCG that sharpens samurai focus now helps fight the damage aging your mitochondria. The L-theanine that kept warriors calm now balances your stress hormones and boosts brainwaves for clear, steady focus. It's not a stimulant, it's a cellular reset. Because here's what most people don't realize. Matcha is the only tea where you consume the entire leaf. That means you're getting up to 10 times the antioxidant power of regular brewed green tea. And unlike coffee that spikes stress and causes crashes, matcha gives you smooth energy that lasts for hours. No jitters, no crash, just clean mental clarity and metabolic momentum. The samurai knew it 800 years ago, and now science has proven why they were right. There's no doubt about it. Once you feel that steady, clean energy flowing through your body again, everything could change. No more afternoon crashes that leave you reaching for another coffee. No more brain fog that makes simple tasks feel overwhelming. Instead, you'd be sharper, more focused, more energized, without the jitters or the come down. And you'd finally be able to reclaim the vitality you thought was gone for good. Look, I know matcha can make a real difference. Studies show people taking therapeutic doses see better energy, balanced stress hormones, and improved fat burning within weeks. However, it's not always easy. First of all, most matcha on the market is heavily contaminated. That's because industrial tea farms use pesticides, grow in contaminated soil, and don't test for heavy metals. Even organic labels don't guarantee purity, especially after environmental concerns in growing regions. At the same time, matcha that's actually pure can cost $40–60 per ounce, and most people have no way to verify what they're really getting. Even if you find legitimate high-quality matcha powder, you still have to prepare it correctly every single day, whisking, measuring, trying to get it right every time. And some people don't like the grassy taste. I know I don't. All this makes it time-consuming and inconsistent. That's why we decided to solve this problem once and for all. I partnered with experts at Pure Health Research, and together we created a fast, effective solution that would deliver the similar results you saw in those clinical studies. It's called Pure Health Research Matcha, and it's the only matcha supplement specifically designed to deliver clinical-strength EGCG and L-theanine in their most bioavailable form, without the preparation, guesswork, or contamination risk. If you want to, wake up with real energy that actually carries you through your entire day. Think clearly and stay focused without that 3 p.m. brain fog. Support healthy metabolism and sustainable weight management. Calm your stress response without feeling sedated. Reduce bloating and support comfortable digestion. Flood your body with concentrated antioxidants for cellular protection, and feel vibrant, clear-headed, and in control of your day like you used to. Then Pure Health Research Matcha is the best way to do that. You don't have to keep living in this cycle anymore. Exhausted by noon, grabbing your third coffee, feeling foggy and frustrated while your body refuses to burn fat. Instead, you could finally wake up with real energy that actually lasts. You could think clearly through your afternoon meetings without that 3 p.m. brain fog. You could feel your clothes fitting better without starving yourself or spending countless hours at the gym. You could have the mental bandwidth to actually enjoy your evenings instead of collapsing on the couch. Because once your body's systems, energy, metabolism, stress, and gut health work together instead of fighting each other, everything changes. You could feel lighter, sharper, and more in control than you have in years. And you could finally stop thinking, I'm just getting older, and start feeling vibrant and energized again. When you think about it, Pure Health Research Matcha could be the simplest way to fix the root cause of your energy, metabolism, and health problems, not just cover up the symptoms. There's no reason for you to keep suffering through the afternoon crashes and metabolic frustration, especially when you have a powerful science-backed solution that fixes all of these connected problems at once. And it gets even better. When I first discussed pricing with our team, they told me we should charge at least $99 per bottle. They said, look, you're using organic matcha that costs $40–60 per container on its own. Then you're third-party testing every batch. And you're replacing what people are currently spending $150–300 a month on across multiple bottles. They told me that anyone serious about actually fixing their energy and metabolism problems, not just covering them up, would gladly invest in the one solution that addresses the real root causes. And honestly, they had a point. But after seeing how much money people have already wasted on solutions that don't work, the subpar quality matcha powder that does nothing, the stimulant-loaded fat burners that crash your energy worse than before, the cabinet full of half-empty bottles that expired before you could finish them, I just couldn't bring myself to add another barrier between you and finally feeling like yourself again. So I went back to the team at Pure Health Research, and after some tough conversations, they agreed to bring the price down to just $69 a bottle. When you consider this could replace your energy supplement, metabolism support, stress formula, and gut health probiotic all in one, it's actually a great deal. After all, if you could wake up with sustained energy, think clearly all day, and finally feel your metabolism working with you instead of against you, wouldn't that be worth it? Now that's a fair price. But after thinking about it some more, I decided it still wasn't low enough. I know what it's like to be in your position. You've already spent hundreds, maybe thousands, on supplements that didn't deliver. Maybe you're on a fixed budget and every dollar matters. Or maybe you're just tired of feeling like the supplement industry is selling you expensive hope in a bottle. I don't want to stand between you and finally feeling what it's like when your body works with you instead of against you. That's why I went back one more time to the team at Pure Health Research and got them to lower the price one last time. And as a special gift for watching this presentation all the way through, they'd like to give you an exclusive opportunity. If you order right now, you can secure your supply of Pure Health Research matcha for just $39 a bottle. That's only $130 a day, less than what you'd spend on a latte that gives you a 90-minute spike followed by a 3-hour crash. At more than half off the original price, it's a genuine investment in your daily energy, mental clarity, and metabolic health. But remember, this special price is only available because you stayed with me through this entire presentation. So go ahead and click the button below to claim your exclusive discount.